So, can everybody show me 5? We're looking, we're listening, our mouths are closed, our hands are to ourselves, and our feet are safe. Super. I would like to welcome 2 members of our Defence Forces here today. We have Eugene, am I right? Yep. And Damien are here to present us with our very special flags today. So like we talked about, they were going to teach us about the flags first, and then they're going to present us with our flags, and then we will sing Our Own Nadine. Okay, so you're very welcome to Citywest ETNS National School and to Scoil Níamh International School. It's lovely to have 2 schools come together for such a special occasion. So can I leave it to you?
Yeah, no problem.
Super. Thanks, Eugene.
Hello, everybody. You're all happy to be getting out of class? Yeah. Very good. My name is Eugene, okay, and this is Damien. So we're here today to help present your school with a copy of the 1916 proclamation and a copy of the national flag, or your own national flag. Okay? So we have a few things to kind of read through, and then what we'll do is we'll hand over the flag and a copy of the proclamation. We have to ask you a couple of questions as well to make sure you know how to look after the flag. We'll do that at the end. Okay, so can everybody hear me down the back? Yeah. Okay, good stuff. So, we're delighted to be here on behalf of our government to present you with your flag and with your copy of the 1916 proclamation. In 2016, we celebrated one of the most important dates in our history, the 1916 Rising, an event which marks the birth of our sovereign nation. We are one of the ancient peoples of Europe. We have a history, language, and culture that goes back over thousands of years. We are a nation that has taken people from abroad and sent its people to many foreign lands. Over many centuries, large numbers of Celts, Vikings, Normans, English, Scotch, Welsh, French, and many others have settled in this country, all merging together to be called the Irish. In recent years, we have welcomed people from many more countries. In turn, these people are now sharing with us their traditions and their history. Our story is theirs, and their story is ours. Millions of Irish have emigrated to America, England, Australia, Canada, Argentina, and many other places, and have contributed to, and indeed, shaped their history. History is often said to be the greatest story ever told. Well, in our history, we have our national flag and the 1916 proclamation. 2 great stories. Firstly, our national flag is a symbol for peace and reconciliation on this island, symbolising the wish for harmony between the people of different backgrounds, traditions, and beliefs in Ireland. The accompanying documents, which we are asking you, the students, your teachers, and your parents to look at, tells a remarkable story and informs you how to treat the flag. The flag and what it symbolises belongs to each and every one of you. It is the story of peace and pride. The other great story is the 1916 proclamation. It was signed by a remarkable group of individuals and poets, one born in Scotland and another in England. It is a story of hope, equality and vision. While it comes from a century ago, it is a document which carries many of the hopes and dreams of modern Ireland too. It is the foundation document of the state, part of our history and part of your inheritance. However, while it was signed by 7 people over 100 years ago, we are asking you, the students, to make your own proclamation for the next 100 years. So you're going to come together with the help of your teachers, write your own proclamation, what you see for the future, and then you're all going to sign it. You're going to put it up on the wall for everybody to see, and you're going to put it beside a copy of the 1916 proclamation. But why should you write a proclamation for the next 100 years? Because the future belongs to you. Remember the past, but look forward to the future. The 1916 Rising and its proclamation was and is for you. So, what we're going to do next is, I'm going to get Damien to read out the proclamation. Okay, so it's quite long, and some of the words are really big and difficult, so hopefully Damien will be able to get through it all without it stopping.
so it's public the hearing, the provisional government of the Irish Republic to the people of Ireland. Irish men and Irish women, in the name of God and of the dead generations from which she receives her own tradition of nationhood, Ireland, through us, summons her children to her flag and strikes for her freedom. Having organised and trained her manhood through her secret revolutionary organisation, the Irish Republican Brotherhood, and through her open military organisations, the Irish Volunteers and the Irish Citizen Army, having patiently perfected her discipline, having resolutely waited for the right moment to reveal itself, she now seizes that moment, and, supported by her exiled children in America and by gallant allies in Europe, but relying in the first on her own strength, she strikes in full confidence of victory. We declare the right of the people of Ireland to the ownership of Ireland and to the unfettered control of Irish destinies, to be sovereign and indefeasible. The long usurpation of that right by a foreign people and government has not extinguished the right, nor can it ever be extinguished except by the destruction of the Irish people. In every generation, the Irish people have asserted their right to national freedom and sovereignty. 6 times during the past 300 years, they have asserted it in arms. Standing on that fundamental right and again asserting it in the arms in the face of the world. We hereby proclaim the Irish Republic as a sovereign, independent state, and we pledge our lives and the lives of our comrades in arms to the cause of its freedom, of its welfare, and of its exaltation among the nations. The Irish Republic is entitled to, and hereby claims, the allegiance of every Irish man and Irish woman. The Republic guarantees religious and civil liberty, equal rights and equal opportunities to all its citizens, and declares its resolve to pursue the happiness and prosperity of the whole nation of all its parts, cherishing all the children of the nation equally, and oblivious of the differences carefully fostered by an alien government, which have divided the minority from the majority of the past, until our arms have brought the opportune moment for the establishment of a permanent national government, representative of the whole people of Ireland, and elected by the suffrages of all her men and women. The provisional government, hereby constituted, will administer the civil and military affairs of the Republic in trust for the people. We place the cause of the Irish Republic under the protection of the Most High God, whose blessing we invoke upon our arms, and we pray that no one who serves that cause will dishonour it by cowardice, inhumanity, or rapine. In this supreme hour, the Irish nation must, by its valour and discipline, and by the readiness of its children to sacrifice themselves for the common good, prove itself worthy of the august destiny to which it is called. Signed on behalf of the provisional government, Thomas J. Clark, Sean McDermott, Thomas McDonough, B.H. Pearce, Eamon Kent, James Conley, and Joseph Buckett. Thank you.
Okay, so that's the 1916 proclamation, okay? So we are asking you to take up the story of the 1916 proclamation and to draft your own proclamation, okay, for the future. So basically what you'd like to happen in the future, what you can see or imagine is going to happen in the future. Okay? So you're going to put that up on the wall next March beside the 1916 proclamation. And you're going to leave it there and sign it and make sure everybody can see it. So next March, then you're going to read it out, your own proclamation, and then read out the copy of 1916 proclamation. Okay, so now we're going on to the national flag, okay? So we have to ask you a couple of questions to make sure you know how to look after the flag, okay? We have to try and get them right because We can't leave the flags unless you know how to look after them. Okay? So we need everybody to listen very carefully and see if we can get all these questions right. So, first question. I made it easy, okay? Can anybody tell me the colours of our national flag? Okay, shout it out. Green. Green, white, and orange. Excellent. Okay. So, do you think we're allowed to write anything on our flag? No, we have to keep it nice and clean, okay? So we can't write our name across the flag. Not meant to do that, okay? You have to treat the flag with respect, and you can't write anything on it. Okay, so when we're putting our flag up, are we allowed to let the flag drag along the ground? No. Very good, you're getting all these answers right. We have to keep the flag up off the ground and keep it nice and clean. So we can't let the flag dragging them up or get dirty. Okay? So what do you think we put the flag up on? Shout it out. Yeah, exactly. We put it up on a flagpole so everybody can see it and keep it up nice and high. Okay? We can't tie it to the fence, we can't tie it to the wall. We have to put it up on a flagpole for everyone to see. Okay, and do you think we can leave the flag up all night? No. Yeah, we have to put the flag up at sunrise in the morning or when we come into school, and then we take the flag down at sunset or when we're going home from school. The only time we're allowed to leave the flag up all night is if there's lights shining on the flag. Okay, so that's the only time we're allowed to leave the flag up all night is if we've lights shining on the flag, keeping it lit up and nice and bright. So, any more questions, Amy? Happy enough? Yeah, really good job. Everybody got them right. So, this flag is an important symbol for our country, and we have to treat it with great care and respect. So, it's important that you look after the flag when we're gone from here, okay? Everybody has a part to play in looking after the flag and treating it right. So, before we present you with the flag, I want you all to remember a very important date for your calendars next year. We want you to write it down when we leave so you can remember it. On the 15th of March next year, Proclamation Day, you're all going to come together and you're going to put this flag up on top of your flagpole in each of the schools here. Okay? And you're going to read out your 1916 proclamation, and then you're going to read out your own school's proclamation. Okay? So that's the 15th of March next year. Every other national school in the country will be doing the same thing on the same day. Okay? So, what we're going to do is, we're going to get our two principals, and we're going to hand over the flags to our two principals and a copy of the proclamation.
Four of us stand together.
Yeah. Very good enough. You can put up with that.
Mary. No. Oh, this keeps me.
And on behalf of our schools, Mr. Convoy and myself want to say we're really honored. Thank you very much.
We can actually show going into college students and actually show
Maybe the oldest person in your class is? Yeah? Now everybody needs to listen. Because if these people aren't here someday, we need everybody else to remind us how to hold the flag.
Okay, what we're going to do now is just show you how to fold the flag properly, okay? It only takes 2 seconds, but it's the correct way to fold the flag, okay? So we have 2 volunteers, Jesse and Maxime, that are going to help us, okay? So everybody pay attention, because we're going to have to try and remember this, and remember how to tell the teachers how to do it properly, okay? So, the first thing we do is we get this corner here, and you're going to walk from here the whole way around in front. Okay, to the white line. Okay, so finish there. Okay, so the whole idea is that we never let the orange and the green touch. Okay, they always have to be separated with the white. The next thing we do is we're going to come around the back. Come around the back. Now, okay, so you see that? We still have the green, white, and orange, okay? We're still separated by the white one. Now, what we do then is we fold over, like this. Okay, and if you put your arm like this. And that's the way we carry the flag, okay? We always carry the flag with the green side up. And that's the traditional way and how you fold the flag and look after the flag. Okay, so you think you're going to remember that? Okay, come on. Okay. Okay, we shall start.
Can we ask some questions? Can we ask some questions?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So probably looking at the first question.
Why did you join the army?
Okay, good questions. Okay, so I suppose I'd like to explain a few things first, okay? So the defense force is like the overall army, I suppose, okay? But in the defense force, then you have 3 different corps. You have the army, which wear the plain green uniform. Then you have the navy, which wears like the black and sometimes a navy uniform. And then you have the air corps, which wears the blue uniform. So that's what we're the air corps, which is part of the defense force. Okay, so we fly all the helicopters and airplanes that you can hear overhead. Okay, so the Garda helicopter, the air ambulance helicopter, the maritime patrol, all that sort of stuff. The reason I joined was because I wanted to learn how to fly. And that's the reason I joined the Air Force, because I want to learn how to fly a helicopter. So that's the reason I joined.
And you have aeroplanes.
Thank you. Our next question from Ms. Bates' class.
Do you have a boss?
Yes, we do. We have a boss. So like we have teachers, we have to have someone to guide us and tell us what to do. So we have, it's called a rank structure. So we have one boss at the very top of us. So he's over the whole of the airport. And then underneath him, there will be a boss under each different area. So over the helicopter side of things, there's a boss. Over the airplanes, there's another boss. There's a lot of bosses in the airport.
Thank you. And Mary Teresa's question.
Who designed the Irish flag? It was designed by a man called Thomas J. Maher, and he was from Waterford. But supposedly, it depends on which history book you read, but supposedly the first time that the Irish flag was actually flown was in 1848, and it was flown in Waterford. But some people would argue that that wasn't actually the first time it was flown. But it was a man called Thomas J. Maher who designed the flag. And he kind of copied the French tricolour a little bit. So, you know the French flag? He kind of copied it the way it was 3 different colours. So he made the Irish flag into 3 different colours and so on.
Thank you. Can we have a question from Mr. Kinsmith's class?
Sorry?
How many people did you say in Storm Desmond?
In Storm Desmond. Well, in Storm Desmond, at the moment, the army have, I think, about 250 people are helping save houses and that. So, I think at one stage there was 120 houses that were in risk of flooding. But I think there's only maybe about 20 houses that have flooded. I'm not entirely sure. I know that it keeps changing, and they're actually worried that this Wednesday is going to be the worst day because I think the floodwaters are just creeping up a wee bit. So the defence forces, and specifically the army, are down helping out the people to build big sandbags around their houses, and they're helping to pump water. And they also have little boats where they're taking people to and from their houses. So they've helped out a lot of people, but an exact number I don't know. And we were actually flying down with there's a department called the Office of Public Work, and these guys look after all the buildings and stuff in Ireland. But we were flying them around on Friday, and we're meant to be flying them today actually. And they're looking down at the floods, and they're able to see how far the floods are spreading and what needs to be done next or where to send people next. So I don't know how many people we've helped, but I think it's been a good few.
Thank you very much. Can we have a question from Kira's class?
What's the sorry?
Was this always?
Sorry?
Was it always the Irish flag?
Was it always the Irish flag? No, it used to be different flags, and it used to be a flag which was green with a harp and a gold harp in the centre. And then you had your Citizens Army flag, and then you had an IRB flag. So there's been many different flags throughout the years, but since after the 1916 Rising, people started using the national flag more often, and that became then the national flag for Ireland. And actually, if you listen to the news, New Zealand are trying to change their flag, and they're trying to change the colours slightly, and to make it a bit more different from Australia's flag, because New Zealand and Australia, their flags are very similar, and people keep mixing them up. So New Zealand are actually changing their national flag to different colours. So you should check out their flag and see how different it is from their own flag.
Thank you. The question from Ms. Looney's class, please.
Sorry, say that again.
How the soldiers train in the Air Force. You start off, when we come in the airport, we do the same training as the Army soldiers. So we do a lot of running around, and we would do our weapons training, and we train in a place called the Glen of the Man. It's in Wicklow, it's in the mountains, and that's where we would do all our arms training and our out on the ground and our pantomimes and mountain climbing and all that.
Thank you. And our last question from Mary's class.
The 3 colours of the ash. Yeah, so the first colour I suppose is if we think about the green would have represented the Catholics of Ireland at the time. The white in the middle was a symbol of peace, and then the orange was kind of for the Protestants of Ireland. So it symbolises the white between the two colours, symbolises peace between those two different communities in Ireland. And that's kind of the symbol of the national flag.
Thank you very much. And now we'll sing Our Ron Levine to finish up our ceremony.
Before you sing Our Ron Levine, we have, because we're in the military, we have to do like lots of traditions and lots of different things, okay? So what you're going to see us do is you're going to see us stand like this with our feet together and our hands by our side, and then you're going to see us saluting like this, okay? So just in case you think we're waving at you, we're actually just saluting. And that's what we do when we sing the national anthem, okay? That's because we're in the military. Alright, so you just want to go for it. So we put our hands by our side first.
Okay. Ahe, a do, a true. Well, John, thank you so much for bringing the flag to us and for all of your words. And I hope everyone will help Mr. Convoy and myself to remember all of that when it comes to next March. Will you help us out? Yes! Wonderful. Thank you very much. Well, I know our school is late to yard, so we'll let you go and have your yard time. And Scoil Níamh, thank you so much for visiting us. It was great to have you. And we hope to see you again soon.
Absolutely.
Bye.